Einen wunderschönen guten Abend. Ich spreche jetzt nochmal ganz kurz auf Deutsch, bevor ich auf Englisch switche. Und ich freue mich heute wie kein anderer, mit diesem Call einen Meilenstein zu legen. Und zwar ist diese Frau nicht nur Selfmade-Millionärin, Mutter, sondern eine Frau, die wirklich von null auf angefangen hat, etwas aufzubauen, wovon wahrscheinlich jeder von uns Einzelnen nur träumt. Und was ich an Network Marketing liebe, ist, dass man hier nicht über Erfolg spricht, sondern man teilt seine Erfolgsformel. Wir werden diesen Call auf Englisch führen, weil ihre Zeit ist einfach so getaktet, damit sie jedem Team gerecht wird, dass wir so viel wie möglich von ihrer Zeit nutzen werden, damit sie mit uns den Content teilt. Und danach werden wir das Ganze nochmal zusammenfassen auf Deutsch. Deshalb haltet Stift und Papier bereit, schreibt euch eure Fragen auf, schreibt sie gerne in den Chat. And now I want to introduce to you. Wait a minute. I saw it. Perfect. Now I want to introduce you the one and only. She is an amazing leader, but she starts like us from the bottom. She worked like nobody, and she's now one of the successful women worldwide and #1 woman in Europe. So I'm happy to announce in our team call, Stefania Gatto Feier. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello, hello.
Okay. Now, Stefania.
Aber ich kann auch ein bisschen sprechen, aber nicht gut genug für eine ganze Zeit alles zu sagen, und es ist besser in Englisch. Aber ich verstehe. Hallo, Katja. Hi.
Yeah, we are so grateful and so happy that you join us today. And we want to share your story because we want to show people how it can work for them, how it works for you. So let us start. I think the one is knowing your story, the other one maybe not in the detail. So let us start with your story. Maybe you share, before you start network marketing, you wasn't the #1 fan of network marketing, and maybe you start from this part. How does it work for you from the beginning?
Okay. I think somebody's asking, we need to translate. So you need to just quickly say in German what you asked me, for the people that don't speak English, I think.
We will translate it in the end completely. So we will wrap it together because time is so valuable. Yes, I will translate it in the end completely.
At the end of the whole Zoom or every time I talk?
In the end of the whole Zoom.
Okay, wow. Okay, so let me go. So so I started more or less network marketing nearly 10 years ago. I started out of desperation, not because I believed in the profession, but because I found myself as a single mom with 3 small kids. In fact, I just found the picture because I was opening boxes of the summer before my divorce, and my kids were so small. Let me show you to you. Oops. And I found now, because you know, so many times people say, oh, I have no time. Look, my children were so small. He was only 4, 12, and 8 years old. Okay.
Wow.
So they were super small. So this was the summer before my divorce. So I found myself in a very, very difficult situation where I had no money for my kids, no money for myself. If it wasn't for my parents, who gave me their 1-bedroom apartment it was their summer apartment, because I'm Italian, but I was living in Portugal at the time because my ex-husband was half German, aus Köln, and half Portuguese. And I found myself losing my home. I had a beautiful house, 8-bedroom villa. I had, a beautiful life. And I thought, oh, one day I'm going to be a grandmother in this house with my children and forever love. But instead, when love was over, money was also over for me and the kids. So because of the situation I was in, and I was working part-time as a receptionist in a beauty center where before I used to be a client, because of that, I accepted an invitation to go to a network marketing event. It took me 3 months to say yes to it, because honestly, I didn't believe in it. Okay, I always heard somebody who tried and failed. I thought only the Americans make the money, only the people on the top. I didn't believe in the system. I really thought it was a plan B for loser, really. Okay, and I have to say, even though in that moment in my life I was really broke, I came from a wealthy family that didn't want to help me at the time of my divorce. It's a long story, and I came from a wealthy past. So, for me, it was like, well, network marketing, those people don't study. They think they can drive a Lamborghini. Oh, poor them. So no way I was going to do network marketing. But because I was in the difficult spot in my life, so desperate, when this girl at school invited me for 3 months, when I saw the result of the product on her body, her skin, her body, her face, her nails, everything looked so much better. I thought, you know what? I want what she has. And also, I have to be honest, even though she wasn't making a lot of money because she started only 3 months before, she was excited. She had something to look forward to. She felt more self-confidence. And I was like, every day crying, every day feeling lonely and destroyed. And I thought, okay, let me go to the event. I go to the event. And I remember sitting in the back of the room with my arms crossed like that. I'm like, I am not going to stay here the whole time. I'm going to leave in the middle of the meeting, but I want to hear about the products, because I thought, look, you're single, broke, with 3 kids. Who is going to ever want you seriously? So do something and get yourself, decent again, get yourself good skin and good hair. And I thought, let me try. So I went to the event, and I have to be honest, that night, one man from Brazil explained, because I was living in Portugal, but they speak Portuguese. He explained the business so well. I loved it. I thought, my God, it sounds too good to be truth. Everybody wants to be younger. Everybody wants to be healthier. Everybody needs extra cash. Even the rich people need to be liquid and have money to invest. I thought, this is the best. I mean, all I have to do is to try the products and tell my friends and tell them that they can have an extra income. Come on, this is going to be so cool. And I thought, I'm doing network marketing anyway. I'm always sharing a good restaurant. I'm always sharing, my hairdresser, my lipstick, whatever. And I thought, okay, that's going to be easy. Let's do it. So I go home all excited. I start calling my friends, and everybody told me, oh my God, Stefania, you lost your home. You lost your cars. You lost your husband, and now you lost your head. Wake up. You have 3 small kids. You need to find a real job. Stop dreaming. This is so stupid from you. My father told me, if you don't do this, I'm going to help you a little bit with money. Like, everybody was trying to bribe me not to believe in this stuff. And I kind of did listen to them in the beginning, but then again, and that's, I'm so grateful, because I had no way out, because every job around me was not good enough, because people were looking at me. I was like, come on, you never worked. You were just a mom, and you have 3 small kids. Who wants to really hire you? And I did a master's degree in USA, but after 12 years, you were just a mom. People don't take you seriously. Everything changed. So I was, again, looking for an opportunity. And I thought, you know what? Let me try this. And I went actually to an event in Las Vegas from Eric Worre. Okay, I didn't know who he was. I never heard about him, but a friend, an upline, who later on became my husband, but that's a different story, told me, you need to come to Vegas and listen to this man and listen to what the Americans are doing. I said, I have no money. I can't come. And then, I'm like, okay. And then he said, oh, you can sleep in my room, typical man. I'm like, no. I'm going to sleep with my girlfriend. I don't want anything from any man. And I borrowed the money, and I went to Las Vegas. I sat in the back of the event where, he and Calvin, they had like up, super VIP tickets. I was sitting in the back making $2,000 together with 2 other girls listening to the event. And I remember listening to incredible entrepreneurs like Robert Kiyosaki saying network marketing is the business of the future. And guess what? He was right, because I'm talking about 10 years ago. And now we know that there is the business of today. So I was like, why network marketing? To do network marketing, Richard Branson. I mean, he was now in space. Come on, what an entrepreneur, what an amazing visionary, right? And listening to these amazing women who all had some terrible stories of being sick and 3 kids and single mom like me, making $2-3 million a year. And I thought, okay, listen, she's maybe taller because I'm really short, right, Katja? I mean, Vale, Katja, like, I'm really short. Next to Katja, I'm like a midget, okay? And all these Americans were really tall. And I thought, okay, she might be taller than me, but she has 2 eyes, 1 mouth like me, and she has 3 kids like me, because that year was only women with 3 kids. And I thought, if she can do it, I can do it. She has nothing better than me. And I thought, okay, in America, she's making $3 million. I can make 300,000. The truth is, I thought I can make 100,000, which was a great goal for me. I thought, okay, $100,000 a year. What a dream. I calculated all the things I wanted to do with this money and how much I was going to save and invest. And I had to set a goal. So my first goal was around $10,000 a month. So I listened to the skills. My belief grows. I stopped listening to all the negative people around me that I had no idea what network marketing was, because the truth was that, especially in Italy, they were like 20 years backwards. And I thought, wait a second, when I lived in the United States, I used to tell my Italian friends, I'm talking 30 years ago now, okay? Guys, let's open a Japanese restaurant. It's going to be awesome. In LA, everybody's eating Japanese. And they were looking at me, yeah, Stefania, in Italy, we have the best pizza, pasta, whatever. And you think we're going to eat raw fish. Later on today, everybody's going Japanese. There's so fashion in Italy. Guys, let's open the nail, gels for the nails. It's amazing. It lasts 1 month. And I always had this idea. And they were like, oh, come on. So disgusting in America, these long nails with piercing and diamonds. Ugh, we are not like this. Today, maybe in Italy, we don't do the nails so long like that. But still, we have gels everywhere. So I thought, okay, 2 times I had ideas from America to bring to Europe. Nobody listened to me. This time, thank God, I have no investment to do. 0, because in network marketing, all I had to do was to buy some products for me to use. This time, I don't need anybody to invest with me. I don't need anybody to believe except myself, in myself, and of course, in the profession. So I went back home and I took this profession seriously. I worked hard. And I'm telling you, I had no time. So don't give me the crap like, oh, you have no time, I have no money. I had no money and I had no time, because my kids came out from the German school, because my ex-husband was German. And at the time we still had, my father was paying still for the school, because of, at least that my father did, because of the grandchildren. And they were going to the German school in Lisbon, and they came out at 2 o'clock, because the other kids came out at 4, but the German school came out at 2. So I worked from 9 to 2. From 9 to 1, I picked up my kids at 2 o'clock. Sometimes I was late. And then I had to go home, take care of them. Nobody could help me because my family was living in Italy. I had no money for a babysitter. And I built an empire in those conditions. So no excuse when I hear people, oh, I have this, I have that, I have no time. No excuse. If you really want something, you'll find a way to do it. Okay, especially women. I'm sorry, guys, but we can do many things at the same time because we are multitasking. So I used to, I was single, so who cares? I used to be in my robe with my hair up a little bit like now, I had no time. I'm sorry, today I went on the boat and they're still full of salt. Then I was like, you know what? Let me build while I cook, while I do sandwiches, while I clean the house with my headphones that I used to put in my pocket and just talk as I'm doing the housework, as I'm doing the cooking, as I help my kids doing, homework. No excuse. I love to work from home because working from home, it gives you the freedom to really do many things at the same time and take care of the house and do everything else, especially now that most of the network marketing business is built online. I have to say, my case was a bit online, but was mostly offline. So I had to spend money in trains ticket, planes ticket to build my business. I used to go to all the leaders everywhere. And I was criticized for abandoning my kids, sometimes 10 days with my mother-in-law who felt sorry for me because of the stupid son. Sorry, now we are friends. Sorry, I love my ex-husband as a friend now. But at the time she was like, my son was so stupid. So she was like, let me help you with the kids. So I would run to different places and build my business. Now you don't need to do that. You don't need to even spend the money because all you need to do is Zoom. I'm sure if now I would say, hey, right, where are you? Actually, can you do that in your chat? Kannst du bitte schreiben, wo kommst du? Wo bist du jetzt? Ja? Köln, Frankfurt, vielleicht Schweiz, Dubai, wow, Germany, Ingolstadt, Bahnhofer, I know Bahnhofer, Schweiz, Stuttgart, Frankfurt. Come on, Austria, look at this. Look at this. Already here, I see Switzerland, Austria, Germany, Dubai. And I'm sure there is more, 4, okay? Imagine, in the past, I had to take a plane, go to Switzerland, go to Dubai, imagine the money, imagine the time. Now I can sit in my house. I had a beautiful dinner with my family. You can check my stories. Tonight, I made the table really beautiful because my friends are leaving back to Italy tomorrow. I had a beautiful dinner. And now I come up in my tracksuit, because I'm wearing a tracksuit, not even like really dressing up because I had no time, with my salty hair, and I can build a business. Isn't that amazing? Before, high heels, dressing up, doing this, can you imagine? Now it's like bam, 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 build. It's the best, okay? So going back to my story. Was it easy? Was it quick? No. First 1.5 years. Now listen to me, 1.5 years. Not 1 month and a half. So many people start network marketing after 10, no, oh, it's not for me. I want to quit. I don't like it. 1.5 years it took me, except selling some products and get some first order bonus because I enrolled a few people that always quit on me. 1.5 years to become a sapphire. A sapphire with 3 cycles, okay? But I still became a sapphire, made me very happy. I have people in my team that do sapphire in 19 days. That was the record in Italy, but 19 days, okay? But on that 1.5 years, I learned a lot of what to do, not to do, and I learned also how to be better. I had to become better. I had to grow because I was just a mom. So I needed time to grow and understand who I was, to believe in myself, to believe in my team. And I started to grow. After that, it was another challenge in my life, which was to move to Dubai. Okay. I decided to move to Dubai because I wasn't making still enough money. And my uncle, I have a very rich uncle. And let me be clear, is the father of my father. Okay. Because unfortunately in Dubai, when you say that you have a rich uncle, everybody thinks he's your sugar daddy. No. Blood uncle, since I'm a little girl, he knows me, okay? Real uncle. And he is very rich. I mean, he has a private plane and still today lives in Dubai. And because I was struggling for 1.5 years and my family was against me, he said, you know what, Stefania, come to Dubai. I give you a job in one of my restaurants as a manager. You can take care of the kids. You can bring the kids. You can bring them to private schools and all that. And of course, my network marketing business wasn't paying me enough. I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the visa and everything and move to Dubai. Also because my ex-husband was a little bit famous in Portugal and I had the journalist taking picture of me, Stefania here, Stefania there. If I had lunch with somebody that I wanted to recruit, immediately it was my boyfriend. Like I had enough of that. So I'm like, okay, I want to run away from Portugal. I want to run away from this place. Anyway, my ex-husband is not giving me money. So I want to go. And the judge gave me the kids, okay? Because I was right. So I go to Dubai. But as I plan to go to Dubai, it takes a long time to get my visa, okay? Because it's difficult with children, with a divorce. And as I do that, of course, I push in my business starts to grow. And I start to become elite and I start to go to Ruby. And I think when I was a Ruby, nearly Emerald, I moved to Dubai. And in that moment, I look at my uncle, I'm like, you know what? I don't need your job. I'm doing enough money. Now in Dubai, I'm not even paying taxes. So I don't need your job. I'm going to live off only from network marketing. And at the same time, I get convinced after 2 years from my now husband to give it a try to date him. Okay. And my husband today is Gatto Feier. Now I know what you're thinking. It's typical. Oh, that's why she's successful. She's married to Gatto Feier. He must have done her business. I promise you on my kids, my husband never, ever gave me one contact because he's so like this and so just and so right. It's like what I recruit, what you recruit. So yes, he helped me in the sense that he trained me. He's the best trainer. He's the best example. He's very hardworking, but I built my business on my own to the point where we became both Ruby and we started to date, and then I became emerald, and I became a diamond for 1 year, and he stayed a ruby for 1 year. I just want to make sure that you know that, because it's so painful when you're blonde and small, and people all your life tell you, you know what, you know, you're never going to make it. And then finally you start to make it, and they give credit to another guy. It's like, it's him. I was like, no way. I'm not going to accept that. Gatto Feier is amazing. He's an incredible network marketer, but I built my business on my own. So that pushed me, that made me a favor, actually, to write all those bad things, because that was like, I don't accept that, because of being a ruby, you should be happy. Right? I was happy. Of course, I was already making enough money to pay off my debt. It's like, I'm going to prove you. So he stayed ruby, I think, for 1.5 years, and I was already a diamond. And I don't say it to show off. I say it to make a point that women, we can do it. I know in network marketing, men are still better, but not all of them. Okay? Not all of them. And so we can really do that. Is it too much energy for Germany? My husband tells me that.
No, Stefania, that's the reason why we invite you. So please.
I know, but Daniel says that in Germany, I have to be a little bit more quiet.
No,
we are mixed.
I'm really like this, okay? That's me all the time. But Daniel says to me, no, Stefania, you know, in Germany, maybe because you scare the people, and people think you need to be like crazy like you to be successful.
No. Just share with us everything you want, because we want to share with the people the success formula. Because we know your story, and we know you build it by your own, without a man, without to build on someone. You go because you have a dream, you have a goal, and you have your kids. So that's the point why
that was my why. The children were my why, of course. And then I have to be honest, the why changed. It's true. First was, I need money for me and the kids. Okay. Number 2 was to show the world I am worth something, because all my life, oh, she's just a mom, she's a Barbie. And I know that if Barbie was a human being, she would be 1.80 meters, she would be super tall, and I would get here to her, you know, but you know, because I'm short, they think, she's like a Barbie. And so when I started to be recognized and people said, wow, she's great, I was like, yeah, I like that. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. Everybody likes people that, you know, want to take pictures with you, that want to take an autograph with you and tell you you're great. So let's not even go and like, oh, I don't care about those things. No, it's not true. I cared because I needed it, because my ex-husband was always cheating, always telling me I was not worth anything. So network marketing gave me that. But also that stops after a while, you get used to it. In fact, I tell you, I understand why Justin Bieber didn't want to take a picture with my husband when we were in LA, because it's enough of people wanting to be with you. And it's not my case. I don't want to compare myself to Justin Bieber, but after a while, that's not important anymore. Now, really, and I don't want to sound like Marie Teresa, you know, from Calcutta. I don't want to sound like that. But really, the why that we have, my husband and I today, is to really have a purpose in helping people achieving their dreams. I know that as I do that, also my dreams and my career will also grow. That's the beauty of network marketing. But I wouldn't need to be here right now. And it's not a problem, okay? I love to be here. But what I mean is, I'm married to the number 1 in the company, because right now he has the biggest PGV in the company, okay? I myself have a huge business that works alone. This month, my 23-year-old boy, right now, he's at, it wrote me before, 1,720 cycles, okay? We are not even at the, so only him. I could just lose my whole team and have him, and I'm already set, you know? He's in my pay leg, and the other side I have in Middle East. So you can imagine, but I am here because I love it, because it's a purpose, because I know that in the day I will go away from this world, whenever God will, you know, take me, I achieved and I did something for the others, like those women did for me when I was in USA. You know, believe it or not, after 3 years, I was actually on the same stage like Susan Slane and Diane. I was with them on the same stage, and I told them, I cannot believe the women that, you know, inspired me and showed me that it was possible. Now I'm one of you. I can't believe it. I was like shocked. And that's the power of network marketing. So I tell you, network marketing is so much more. And sometimes, look, it's not that everybody's going to become millionaires, okay? Every business like this, like lawyers, you have lawyers that are lawyers of Michael Jackson and O.J. Simpson. There were huge cases when I lived in the States. Or you have, lawyers that have a good office in the center of Cologne and Frankfurt. But then you have also lawyers that never really practice law or work for another lawyer and never become successful. Like every business is like that, okay? But I can tell you one thing. As you do this business, you will grow personally for free. It's like going to the best school in the world. In fact, I have people that do network marketing as a plan B, but because of what they learn and how they grow in network marketing, the plan A gets better and better and better. And so the two things can go together. One thing I can tell you that in network marketing, you will for sure impact people and lives, no matter what level. Okay. Even with the products, I'm sorry. I love the products. I use the products. I am the product of the product. Okay. And even though I did Botox here and I have fillers here, okay, I'm telling you, my skin is amazing. And I have good abs with Zen and good butt because I'm 46 years old and I work out 2 times a week. And sometimes I don't work out because I hate it. But, practically you think I work out because every time I'm on Instagram and I work out, I film it. But I hate it, okay? So only when I film it, I'm working out, not every day. I hate it. But I don't like it so much, I have to be honest. I need to be more disciplined. But
Stefania, we love your honest. It's really so good to hear that you are like every of us. There are some points you love and some points you don't love, but maybe can we go to this point? You share the story how you started, but nobody is starting as a profi, as a professional. You make some mistakes. You have some failures, more than someone else maybe because you worked so much. But how was the balance between you, your kids, and your work? So how you did the priority the first years and how you managed this all?
So first of all, I have to say that sometimes I felt guilty, okay? I felt guilty because I didn't go to the schools to talk to the teachers, or I didn't cook a hot meal at night and I gave them cereals or I gave them sandwiches. So the house many times was messy, forget about ironing the sheets of the bed, or, this house had 1 bedroom, 1 living room, and 2 bathrooms, but 1 bathroom was full of the mess. So practically every time there was a mess somewhere and I didn't have time to fix it, I used to throw it in this small room. So this room, all the mess was in there, okay? And I remember, look, I used to have 4 maids, 2 living in, 2 came part-time, okay? 1 came to iron 3 times a week, and the other one came to sew and take care, she was like managing my house, okay? Because we had good money, nothing compared to now, but we were okay. And in Portugal, it was very normal to have these big homes with all these maids. So imagine from 4 maids to not being able to give, proper food to my kids. But I thought, okay, I know it's not gonna be forever. And I know that I cannot be perfect. So, I didn't have my nails done all the time. By the way, even now it's broken. So even if you're a double diamond, you can have broken nails, it happens. So it's not that you have to be perfect all the time. What you see on Instagram is not the true, we use Facetune, okay? So don't worry, everybody does it. But still, can you imagine if now I'm a double diamond, I have broken nail, can you imagine how I was when I didn't? But I tried my best. And I stopped feeling guilty. And I knew that it was a time, not forever. I knew that it was a time where I was sewing to then reap later. Can you imagine? When I moved to Dubai, I didn't have enough money. My calculations were not good to send my kids to school because I didn't know that in Dubai, they ask you the school fee all the year in advance. In Europe, you pay every month. And in Dubai, there are no public schools. So you need to go to private schools. So I'm thinking, I'm making some money. I told you, Ruby Emerald, but I didn't have savings. I had to pay for a divorce. I had to pay for rent. I had to pay for, the visa fee. And then they come and tell me, the German school in Dubai. He was so mean, the man. I'm sorry. I know you guys are German, but that day I didn't like Germans. And I love Germans because I married 2 German men, okay? I had 2 men in my life. I slept with 2 men in my life and both were German. So I love Germans. But in that moment, I hated that man because he told me, no, we cannot, because I'm explaining my story. I'm very good at telling my story. So I'm explaining my story. I'm using the card. Oh, poor me. And it's like, you pay 3 fees all in advance or I don't take you. So I had to homeschool my kids. Big mistake, by the way, because now my kids go to the best schools and I can pay tiny years in advance. But, you know, he lost a lot of money with me. But anyway, I sent them then I had to homeschool my children. So you can imagine, homeschool the kids, build a business and all that. But again, I did it. I managed it. Why? I didn't care to be perfect. I didn't care to, be perfect in the business. I just did it. Action. And I also had to tell my kids, you need to help mom. I know the 4-year-old was difficult to talk to him. And I have to say that my 12-year-old helped me a lot with my 4-year-old at the time because he was very mature. But I spoke to them, mom needs your help. You need to clean up. And, it was so good for them to go through this. That's why many people tell me, oh, but your children, they're so humble. They're so nice. So educated. It was the best thing that could happen to them because they know the value of money now. They know what it means. Because in Dubai, you live in a bubble. Everybody has drivers and maids. And my kids know. And they respect the people. So it was the best school. And I had to put them to help me. And that was seriously important. And another thing also, that I didn't have a problem in asking for help. I would say like to my girlfriend, hey, I need to go away this weekend. Can you come to my house and be here with the kids? I will pay you back. And look, the people that helped me, I had my old maid. She worked with me for 13 years. She loved my kids. She was with me in London before then she came to, and I couldn't pay her for like 6 months and she still worked for me full time. Then of course she had to find a job because she needed to make money, but she came on the weekend to help me anyway. And later on, can you imagine how much I gave her back and how much I could bless her because she believed in me and she helped me. But why also she did that? Because when she worked for me, I was not like, do this. I was always nice to her. And so when you're nice, people are nice to you. It's what you reap is what you sow is with everything. So I asked for help. I tried my best. I helped the kids. And like I said, I had the messy room. I had, oh my God, it's hard to think about those times. Another thing that I did to get my kids distracted as I was doing the Zooms, I would put water in the bath this much because I liked water in the bath this much so that they wouldn't die, if they fall back, because I was afraid the 4-year-old could die. And I let them play. So the bath was full of water afterwards, but I could be on the Zoom in the living room without them. But then one time, my 4-year-old, as I'm in a Zoom, 12 people, okay, but still like talking, and it wasn't a Zoom, it was a webinar, talking, he comes from the back, naked, all wet, and I'm like shaking, like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? And I'm like, yes, baby, go back to your brothers. And he's like, I have to caca. And I'm like, oh my God. Now all the businessmen will stop, will quit. They will hate it. They will laugh at me. What happened? So of course I take him to the bathroom again. And you will not believe, next Zoom, triple the people. They loved it because it was real. It was authentic. They saw that you could do it anyway. But of course you can imagine how bad I felt, right? So if they had to shout, I let them shout. And of course, in the beginning, I was building much more with women, but then the women started to make money. And all of a sudden the husbands were like, no, babe, you're earning like me now. Let me hear about that. Oh, wow. The son first would say like, Mom, you're crazy. This is a cult. I don't like that woman. She's so American. I'm Italian, but the type. She lived too much in America. Don't listen to her. And then they would come to the events when the mom was making 2,000 euros. Oh, can I know more about it? So later on, the husbands enter, the kids enter, the 20-year-old enter. And then my team, it's huge. Now I have more than 1 million people in my team. And you know what? The most spoken language in my team is Arabic. I don't even speak Arabic. I only know how to say Habibi. I live in Dubai, but I don't speak Arabic. Okay. My youngest son speaks Arabic. I zero. And he's my biggest team. This is the power of network marketing.
So
I hope.
I really, really love your story. And I know there were moments that were really, really difficult for you. So Michael asked the same question. How important was faith for you?
Very, very important. So I'm a born again Christian, and I thought Bible study for 12 years before I lost everything. It was one of the things I did as a mom. Every Thursday, I taught Bible study in London and in Portugal. So I found out only this later, that actually 83% of all the coaching, all the trainees, Tony Robbins, York, whatever, who you have now, Tom, I don't remember the name, sorry, I have a blackout, Tobias Beck, all these trainers you have in Germany, okay? The trained, all the knowledge they have, 83%, actually was Tobias Beck that told me when he came to my house, comes from the Bible, okay? It's in the Bible. So I didn't know that by teaching the Bible and by, showing the Bible, I actually had the best training by the word of God. So it was so important. And that was one thing, to put in action what I learned, but also the power of prayer, the power of asking help, to have superior power to open doors, to sustain you. If I was sad and I needed strength, I would pray. And the power of prayer is amazing. Definitely. I look, I will always say my success comes because of Jesus. I will always say that. And, when I go to Egypt, I say to God, otherwise people get offended. And I respect everybody's belief, but I'm telling you, the name of Jesus is powerful and has changed my life completely. So I know that a lot of that success comes from it. And another thing is very important. And this is not only a biblical thing, it's a thing that every faith believes, to sow, to give, and you will receive. So believe it or not, when I was making 580 euros a month as a receptionist, plus on the weekend I worked part-time as well in other things, I made around 800 euros a month. I would give 80 back into blessing other people. And it was a lot, but I know that, and still today, Daniel at the end, in the beginning was like, oh my God, it's too much money, because more money you make. But I still believe if you give, you will receive. So bless. When we got the bonus from Janess, the $100,000 was such an amazing feeling to say, I can just give away this money because I know God will bless me even more. So it's been very, very, for sure, it helped me a lot.
Okay, so one step was to take action, to start, to stop to be perfect, to have a vision, to have a why. Yeah, why.
I'm still not perfect, by the way. You will never be perfect. Just go and do it. Another thing, don't care about what other people think. Because in this profession, people will say no, people will judge you. And I was really hurt when people said no to me, when people told me I was crazy. And I got to a point, I was like, is this person gonna pay my bills? No. Is this person gonna help me with my kids? No. So you know what? I will do it and stop listening. And still today, because success also brings judgment, success also brings people talking. Don't care if they talk behind your back. It means they're behind you. I love this quote because it's the truth. It means that their life is so empty that they need to focus on your life. Just go on, do the best you can, be yourself. Some people will love you, some people will hate you. C'est la vie. It's life.
Okay, so the other point is, don't listen to other people if they're not there where you want to be. And one point is that you qualified for everything you can.
Yes. Well, this was Gatto Feier. He taught me that Jim Rohn, actually an incredible pastor, but also coach and trainer from network marketing. Now, unfortunately, he's dead. He heard Jim Rohn live in a big convention from another network marketing company when he was very young. And Jim Rohn said, you need to qualify for everything. And, Daniel was my upline, and he told me, you need to qualify for everything. So for me, every bonus, like now we have the Diamond Vision, maybe I wouldn't take the biggest bonus, but I still would qualify to get a bonus. Why? It's extra money, which next month I'm not going to have. So I need to qualify to get it. It would be stupid not to get it. Second thing, holidays. Guys, going to, I think it's Iceland now, right? For Europe, because we have so many teams. It's Iceland for Europe, and it's Turkey.
Iceland. And the qualification is until the end of February. And I know sometimes you don't maybe have the number of people to qualify. Maybe it's difficult, but we have still now 14 days to qualify. So
Yes.
what is your number one tip to say, okay, how I can go into action to qualify for this trip and why it's so important to qualify?
Yes. So first of all, why it's so important is because number one, when you will go to this holiday, your belief in the company, your belief in your team, in yourself is going to grow because you are going to be surrounded by people that qualified as well, that believe in this, and you will meet corporate, you will meet the leadership, also me, and you're going to be able to really have that time, which you normally wouldn't have, especially now that we are working online. We don't even meet practically at any events. So it's a very special moment. Number two, very powerful, true story. I will tell you what did to my business. When you are in these holidays, you need to use social media. You need to go insane in your lives, in your stories, in your posts, and say, thank you, Jeunesse. Thank you, Jeunesse. It's amazing. I didn't believe in this. Now I'm here. All paid holiday. Incredible. People that said no to you always follow you. Always check what you're doing. And it's a true story now. One Emerald and one Ruby director that said no to me for 3 and 2 years. Okay. Today they're Emerald. Today, one is Ruby. They said, no, I'm not interested. No, I have no time. No, I can't, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to tell you just the story of the Emerald director. So she had a store in the center of Milan selling clothes. I used to be a client when I had money, and then I lost everything. I couldn't go to shopware anymore, but I created that relationship. And she said that it was a rainy day. Her store was not paying. She was selling because she had that brand's middle class high. But because the middle class high was buying only the handbag and the shoes from very expensive brands, but they would go to Zara or H&M to buy a black dress because you cannot see, right? So they would go, her shop started to sell less and less and less. So yes, she was still making money, but at the end of the month, the expenses were higher. So she saw her money going always less and less. This was before COVID. I'm talking like 6 years ago, okay? And now, of course, during COVID, she said, oh my God, Stefania, thank you for saving my life. Because imagine with COVID, with her store, she would be bankrupt. But anyway, and she told me that I tried for 3 years. I even started to go back to her store and spend to try to recruit her because I knew she was going to be good. In fact, today she's an Emerald. But she said that when I posted a very show-off video together with Manuela Ratti, who, by the way, is an Emerald in my team. Oh, thank you so much, Ines. We were in the jacuzzi. I have to admit, a little bit too much because we had a bikini with the boobs, a little bit too much. Today, I wouldn't do it. But, at the time, oh, thank you so much, Ines. Like this, yeah, we're so happy. She sees raining, no money, not making money. She sees the video and she's like, what? She's in Hawaii, having fun, in a holiday free, and I'm here with rain, paying, working, losing money as I work? No. So she writes me on Messenger, says, when are you coming back to Monza? It's in Milan, next to Milan, Italy. When are you coming back? I need to talk to you. And she says that when she wrote and sent it, she was like, oh, but I don't know if I want to do this, but and I immediately answer her because again, you need to be on top of your messages because she was going to delete it. And I said, oh, I'm coming next week to see my parents. We meet for a coffee. And she's like, okay. You see, you need to be on top of the game. I'm addicted to this, not so much anymore, but there was a time in my life I had to the whole time. I met her, enrolled her, and she did Sapphire in 19 days. No, she's 21 days. Another one did 19 days. So imagine, crazy. It took me 1.5 years. She did it in 19 days because I knew she was going to be a rock star. And today she's an Emerald, making a lot of money, my team. So, no problem. We are recording. So yeah, that's the way. That's the way it is with the holiday. You lead by example. What you need to do, you need to look for all the contacts you have, and you will find people to talk to, and you have to really make them feel that it's crazy if they don't do this, that it's stupid if they don't do this, that even now if they enroll, they have so many new benefits, and just do it. And really, look, if I told you that it's a question of death or life, if you would do it or not, trust me, you would do it. But so many people don't take it serious. So many people are like, no, I do it sometimes. It's a hobby, network marketing. And of course, you're not gonna, make it.
Okay, and now we have a special. So I know you're really, really good, but so many people tell me, yeah, but you know, social media, it's not part of my business. It's not part of my day. I can't do it because I'm not so famous on social media. And when I know you more than 6 years ago, you just post a photo and has 20 likes, maybe 40 likes.
5.
5.
You can still see it in my, if you go
in
back on my Instagram,
history.
you can see my horrible picture. I mean, now the likes went up because I have some crazy Asian Indian fans that they like every picture. So of course the likes went up, even to the first pictures, right? Because they somehow spam. But really, I really had 5 likes. Look, everybody started with 0 followers. Okay. I have to, again, honest, my son once bought, I think, 2,000 followers for me because my account was so sad with 100 followers. And then like a few weeks later, I lost them all because they were fake. But again, it's like network marketing. It takes time. It takes perseverance. You need to, do it, day and day and day and day, every day. And then your followers will start to come. And today you have, I'm not going to train now about social media, otherwise my guest will kill me, but we can do another time a training.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. So we want to launch a masterclass with you in March. So for everybody who is interested.
It's true. I'm going to teach you. Yeah, guys, listen to this. Every query, I have the slides ready, which I love it because I don't have to even work. I just have to use the slides. Every query charge $10,000, not only for my training, also for other leaders to teach this class. And I'm going to teach it free for you. You need to come. You need to qualify. I think it's only 3,000 CV, right?
Yes, it's 3,000 CVs. So everybody who is doing 3,000 CVs in February is qualified for a masterclass with Stefania Logato, the queen herself, on social media, because we know how hard it is, and we know how hard you worked for everything you have right now. So I'm very, very glad and happy that you are with us today. And I will explain everything in German right now. So
yeah.
maybe...
Can I go? I'm so sorry, but can I go? Because they actually wrote me, I need to jump on Elisabetta for a quick closing.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you so much.
I love you guys. See you in the masterclass. Tschüss. Danke für alles. Deutschland, Dubai, Schweiz, Austria, alles. Küsschen. Tschüss.
Thank you, Stefania. So, jetzt alles nochmal auf Deutsch. Nicht wegrennen, nicht ausschalten. Einfach nochmal kurz dranbleiben. Jetzt schalte ich immer kurz zur Galerie. Schreib mal kurz einen einzelnen Chat, wer einfach mal, egal ob er was verstanden hat oder nicht, Energie mitgenommen hat. Okay, ich sehe hier auf jeden Fall mal 111111. Geil. Schreibt mal ganz kurz in den Chat eine 2 in den Chat, wenn ihr alles verstanden habt, und eine 3 in den Chat, wenn ihr wenig verstanden habt, bis gar nichts, damit ich einfach mal weiß, wie viel wir noch zusammenfassen müssen. Okay, 2, 2, 2. Okay, es gibt ein paar Dreien. Okay, super. Also, um es einfach mal zusammenzufassen. Stefania, ihre Geschichte, ich schicke sie auch gleich nochmal zu uns in den Infokanal rein, habe ich als deutsche Version. Ich habe mal ein Interview mit ihr gemacht, wo ich es auch auf Deutsch direkt übersetzt habe. Die Geschichte, die sie zu Beginn erzählt hat, habe ich direkt damals übersetzt. Und die poste ich sofort gleich in den Infokanal. Einfach bitte mal anschauen, weil diese Story ist genau diese Basis, wie sie es als Mutter geschafft hat, neben ihren Kindern, neben all dem, was sie tatsächlich, also was wir auch im Alltag zu tun haben, ein Business aufzubauen. Und zwar wirklich mit Kopfhörern, Handy in die Hosentasche und los geht's. Eines der Dinge, die Stefania auch gesagt hat, also Action. Es geht nicht darum, perfekt zu sein. Es geht nicht darum, alles zu können, sondern es geht darum, durch die Aktivitäten zu lernen, durch die Aktivitäten Ergebnisse zu erzielen oder auch Fehler. Und Fakt ist eins, der Unterschied zwischen jedem Einzelnen von euch hier und Stefania ist eine. Sie hatte damals keine Upline, die Italienisch gesprochen hat. Sie hatte keine Upline, die ihr sprachlich geholfen hat. Jeder einzelne von euch hier kann jeden Leader zur Seite holen. Sagen, ich brauche dich für einen Dreier-Call. Jeden einzelnen aus dem Team mit reinholen in den Call, um eine Impression zu setzen. Jeder von euch hat die Möglichkeit, mit deutschsprachigen Leadern, mit anderssprachigen Leadern sein Business aufzubauen. Sie war die erste und die einzige, die in Italien aufgebaut hat. Das heißt, sie musste alles auf Italienisch auch noch machen. Das heißt, nutzt die Macht der Dreier-Calls, nutzt die Macht der Videos, nutzt die Macht der Trainings. Punkt Nummer 1, also komm in die Action. Punkt Nummer 2, löse dich davon, perfekt zu sein. Ich werde niemals diese Story vergessen, was sie auch mal erzählt hat. Sie kam mal rein, sie kam mal in die Küche und dann hat sie festgestellt, in irgendeiner Ecke lag noch irgendeine Pommes von irgendeinem der Kinder und sie dachte sich, okay, ich habe jetzt zwei Varianten, entweder ich räume die Pommes weg oder ich gehe jetzt ins Closing, und sie hat sich fürs Closing entschieden. Und ja, die ersten 3 Jahre ist es einfach so, dass du vielleicht nicht dem gerecht wirst. Sie hat sich oft schuldig gefühlt, dass sie nicht dem gerecht wurde, ihre Kinder zu betreuen, zu versorgen. Fakt ist, jeder, der heute ihre Kinder trifft, jeder weiß, wie dankbar sie sind, weiß, wie respektvoll sie sind, weiß, dass jedes Mal, wenn die Mutter vorstellt als eine Selfmade-Millionärin, dass die Kinder sagen, ja, und das hat sie unfassbar auch viel Aktivitäten gekostet, dahin zu kommen. Also sie wissen die Arbeit dahinter und den Wert des Geldes, was sie heute haben. Das heißt, sie sind super bodenständig. Ich sehe das beispielsweise an Kindern, wie beispielsweise bei der Yvonne mit der Viola, oder Anni beispielsweise mit ihrem Sohn, wie verständnisvoll auch Kinder aufwachsen, wenn ihr sie mit auf diese Reise nehmt. Und Stefania, einfach nur als Beispiel, für den Feier hat sie damals diesen Baum auf die Tür gemalt, und beispielsweise jede Position, wenn sie jemand Neues eingeschrieben hat, durften die Kinder ausmalen. Ja, also integriert die Kinder auch mit rein. Das nächste ist, sorry für den Ausdruck, scheiß drauf, was andere denken. Keiner wird euch kritisieren, der weiter ist als ihr. Es werden euch immer Menschen nur kritisieren, die hinter euch stehen. Und das hat einfach nichts zu sagen. Sie hat 3 Jahre später jemanden eingeschrieben, die ihr 3 Jahre Nein gesagt hat. Warum? Weil sie hat sich für eine Reise qualifiziert. Das heißt, sie hat das Geld mitgenommen, was sie sowieso fürs Arbeiten bekommen hat. Und sie hat nochmal einen extra Urlaub bekommen, 5 Tage all-inclusive bezahlt, mit Menschen, die da schon lange sind, wo sie hin möchte, mit einem Private Coaching. Also als ich das erste Mal in Bali saß, mit der Katja, zwischen Daniel und Stefania, und einfach nur ihre Gespräche gehört habe, wie sie mit Menschen sprechen, wie sie mit Menschen das Business erklären oder sie uns einfach nur gecoacht haben. By the way, ich habe einen guten Freund, der ist in der Logistik, der bezahlt, der ist vom Stuhl gefallen, dass ich diesen Urlaub umsonst bekommen habe, also umsonst, ich habe mir erarbeitet, sondern der ist vom Stuhl gefallen, weil er zahlt für so ein Wochenende mit gleichgesinnten Menschen 100.000 Euro für eine Mastermind. 100.000 Euro, damit er 2 solcher Wochenenden bekommt. Leute, werdet euch bewusst, was wir hier für ein Tool haben, was wir hier an Möglichkeiten haben. Das nächste ist, dass sie auch ihre Story erzählt hat, dass sie so broke war, dass sie bereit war, alles zu machen. Sie war bereit sogar, umzuziehen, einen neuen Job anzufangen, damit sie dieses Business nebenher anfangen kann, macht. Und sie hat sich, obwohl sie hat an der St. Gallen-Uni studiert, sie hat in den USA einen Abschluss gemacht, aber sie war halt einfach nach diesem Abschluss 12 Jahre eine Mom, die einfach keine Berufserfahrung gesammelt hat, und danach wollte sie einfach keine einstellen. Sie ist von einem sehr wohlhabenden quasi Lebensstandard, als sie sich scheiden ließ, in ein, also sag mal, One-Bedroom, also ein Schlafzimmer-Apartment gezogen und hat sich als Rezeptionistin einstellen lassen mit 800 Euro Einkommen, damit sie überleben kann. Und das war ihr Warum. Das findet ihr auch alles in dem Video, was ich auch gleich nochmal im Infokanal stelle. Zudem, eine Sache ist wichtig, sie ist das Produkt des Produkts. Und jemand, der Stefania live gesehen hat, schon mal, schreibt gerne eine 5 in den Chat. Ja, sie ist wirklich, du siehst, dass sie die Produkte nutzt, egal wo sie mit dir ist, sie trinkt eine Reserve, sie mischt eine Revita an. Wenn du in ihr Haus gehst, steht überall die Lumines-Serie, stehen überall Reserves zum Probieren. Alles, was du für dich hier einfach gehört hast, lebt diese Frau. Hat sie es von Anfang an so perfekt umgesetzt? Nein, sie hat einfach nur Stück für Stück angefangen, und jeder von euch hat eine Sapphire Upline. Jeder von euch hat jetzt 14 Tage Zeit, sich mit 3000 CV zu qualifizieren für eine Masterclass. Und ich kann euch garantieren, diese Masterclass wird in dieser Runde stattfinden. Das heißt, jeder hat die Möglichkeit, Fragen zu stellen. Jeder hat die Möglichkeit, wirklich ins Detail zu gehen. Jeder hat die Möglichkeit, von ihr zu lernen, wie sie von 50 Followern auf 350.000 Followern gekommen ist, wie sie dieses Business skaliert hat ohne Social Media. By the way, sie hat erst angefangen, Social Media zu machen mit Corona. Vorher hat sie das einfach nur nebenher so ein bisschen gepostet. Sie hat erst also vor 2 Jahren angefangen mit Social Media. Sie war zu dem Zeitpunkt schon Diamond, also sie ist Einkommensmillionär ohne Social Media geworden. Für alle, die jetzt sagen, Social Media, ich weiß nicht, ich bin mir noch nicht so sicher. Das heißt, du hast hier die Möglichkeit, in jeder Perspektive deine Sapphire-Upline jetzt eine Nachricht zu schreiben und zu sagen, ich will mit zu dieser Masterclass, ich will mit zu diesem Island-Trip und ich will, egal was dein Ziel ist, ob es 500 € nebenher sind oder 5.000 € Vollzeit, ich will dieses Ziel erfüllen und lasst uns einen Plan machen. Das, was Stefania gesagt hat, meint sie im Übrigen so ernst. Sie hat heute die Vision, andere dahin zu bringen, wo eure Träume sind, nicht mehr ihre. Sie müsste theoretisch nicht mal mehr arbeiten. Die Frau verdient 4 Millionen im Jahr. Sie muss heute nicht mehr arbeiten und sie kommt trotzdem auf ein Zoom und sie teilt trotzdem ihre Story. Warum? Damit jeder Einzelne hier wirklich den Belief bekommt, hey, dieses Business kann auch für mich funktionieren. Also, wer jetzt gerade noch Fragen hat, stellt sie gerne. Sonst springen wir direkt in den nächsten Call mit Eric Worre und Gatto Feier. Ansonsten nehme ich mir jetzt noch die nächsten 4 Minuten Zeit. Wer was nicht verstanden hat, lasst es mich kurz wissen. Ansonsten Anna, Katja, ihr könnt gerne ergänzen, wenn ich irgendwas noch nicht zusammengefasst habe.
Ich bin einfach nur total begeistert, wie einfach dieses Business ist, oder? Wie man das einfach nur die Entscheidung treffen muss, das zu machen. Und zu dem Thema kommen wir jetzt im nächsten Call, die Entscheidung zu treffen. Und da freue ich mich riesig, dass ihr alle mit dabei seid, weil wir werden echt von coolen Menschen hören, die durch Eric Worre die Entscheidung getroffen haben. Und Stefania war ja auch eine davon, die das gemacht hat dadurch. Und das wird richtig, richtig cool.
Absolut. Anna, willst du neben noch was ergänzen? Ich sehe dich gerade hier in meinem Fenster.
Erstmal wollte ich sagen, es ist einfach nur krass, also es ist so krass, Stefania hat 10 Jahre gebraucht im Network Marketing und was sind bitte 10 Jahre im Vergleich zu 40 Jahren und wir brauchen ja noch nicht mal 10 Jahre, weil wir von ihrem Wissen einfach profitieren können jetzt, das ist ja so irre und eine Sache, die sie auch gesagt hat, die ich auf jeden Fall bestätigen kann, ist, dass wenn du auf einer Incentive-Reise mit dabei bist, du zu 1000% auch wirklich den Glauben hast, weil du wirst Menschen treffen, die auch bei Jeunesse arbeiten. Es werden nicht nur Network-Marketer da sein, sondern es sind ja wirklich Mitarbeiter bei Jeunesse, die dafür sorgen, dass dein Business läuft, die dafür sorgen, dass deine Produkte nach Europa geschickt werden. Und das ist einfach so irre. Und alleine die Möglichkeit zu haben, mit ihr einen Kaffee trinken zu können, das ist so krass. Also wirklich, wir müssen alle zusammen nach Island, weil das ist einfach nur eine irre Erfahrung. Das darf man nicht verpassen.
Mega, Anna, danke. Und vielleicht magst du ganz kurz in 3 Sätzen scheren. Du bist ja gestartet und du hast dich ja innerhalb von 3 Wochen für Mexiko qualifiziert. Ich glaube, es waren nicht mal 3 Wochen, ich glaube, es waren 16 Tage. Vielleicht einfach mal, was es bedeutet, eine Entscheidung zu treffen, sich in 16 Tagen zu qualifizieren. Und jetzt denkt der ein oder andere, ja, aber für das Geld kann ich mir auch ehrlich gesagt eine eigene Reise holen. Was hast du dafür in Mexiko bekommen?
Ja, mir fehlen immer noch die Worte, weil diese Reise einfach so krass war. Und ich habe das gehört und ich saß ja noch in Kolumbien, als es geschehen ist und ich wusste einfach, okay, krass, A, Mexiko wollte ich schon immer hin, B, mit den Menschen, das ist irre und C, wusste ich einfach, da werden Gespräche stattfinden und da werde ich einfach auch mein Netzwerk erweitern innerhalb von diesem Netzwerk. Das ist unbezahlbar, das kannst du einfach nicht bezahlen und ganz im Ernst, ich bin vorher durch die Weltgeschichte alleine gebackpackt und habe mir immer überlegt, oh geil, ich brauche nicht mit irgendwelchen anderen zu reisen, aber es ist so krass, wenn du mit Menschen reisen kannst, die auch gleich denken, die auch Ziele haben, die Visionen haben und dann sitzt du am Airport und dann geht es nicht mehr nur darum, wo ist das nächste Hostel und wir können da irgendwie in der Absteige, sondern dann spricht man auf einmal darüber, cool, was machst du, sobald du deine 10.000 monatlich erreicht oder was hast du für eine Vision? Also es sind ganz andere Gespräche einfach und da sind Kinder mit dabei gewesen, da sind Gleichgesinnte sind hier mit dabei gewesen und es ist einfach unfassbar. Lea, du schreibst gerade, bam, 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 du warst jetzt auch in Dubai mit, du hast dich auch innerhalb von einer Woche im letzten Jahr auf Dubai qualifiziert, das war auch absolut irre. Und ja, Leute,
schau mal deine Story mit uns.
Ich jetzt, meine Story, soll ich das nochmal kurz machen?
Ja,
also ich habe letztes Jahr genau zu diesem Zeitpunkt, ich glaube, es war 2 Tage davor, die Entscheidung getroffen, dass ich das jetzt auf jeden Fall mache. Also, dass ich mich für Dubai qualifizieren muss, aus genau den Gründen, die Anna auch gerade genannt hat. Geile Leute, die Leute von Jeunesse kennenlernen, das Netzwerk innerhalb des Netzwerks aufbauen und halt einfach mit den ganzen Selfmade-Millionären abends beim Essen sitzen und halt wirklich Kontakte knüpfen. Das war einfach der absolute Hammer. Und die Reise nach Dubai hat mein Leben verändert. Na, also das erzähle ich auch jedem. Qualify for Everything, da gehe ich zu 100% mit. Versucht euch für alles zu qualifizieren. Es lohnt sich und es entstehen unglaublich krasse Bonds sozusagen zwischenmenschlich. Und das ist der Wahnsinn.
Alright, und was es bedeutet, eine Entscheidung zu treffen, das erfahren wir jetzt von Mr. Feier himself und Eric Worry, was es bedeutet, dieses Business professionell aufzubauen, damit du die Freiheit für dich leben kannst, die du dir wünschst. Und deshalb, here we go, lasst uns einmal den Raum switchen und dann freuen wir uns gleich auf euch im Unity Global Raum. Bis dann!